Hey guys, what's up? It's AppleCritics from AppleCritics.com, and I got a very special video for you guys. So this video is going to be the hands-on on iOS 14. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started into this video. Hey guys, what's up? It's AppleCritics from AppleCritics.com. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the latest and greatest iOS 14 Beta 1 that Apple just announced today. So at WWDC 2020, Apple announced iOS 14 along with iPadOS 14, tvOS, watchOS, and also the overall HomeKit and some more additional features. But the main focus of the event was iOS 14, in which Apple debuted a bunch of new features with a final release of iOS 14 coming in the fall. Now, I'm super excited to show you all the new features, so go ahead, grab some popcorn, and stay tuned. So let's get started into this video. So the first major feature in iOS 14 would have to be the widgets. So when we take a look over here, you're going to see that we have a bunch of widgets in the today's view. So you can see that it's a lot different than it normally was. Before, it was just pretty much one widget after another. But now you can see that there's many widgets of different sizes. So you can see that there's a calendar widget. There's also a weather widget. There's a battery widget right here to tell you how your battery usage is on your iPhone. Also on your other Apple devices that include my Apple Watch, so you can see my Apple Watch is currently charging. You have the Top Stories widget right here along with the News Plus, and then you have the Maps widget, and then you can see that you have the Stock Market widget, and those are all the widgets in the today's view. So you probably thought that's pretty cool and that's all Apple has to offer, but that is where you're wrong because Apple also gives you the ability to, let's say, tap on this widget, and I can see all the widgets are in jiggle mode. And now I can see on my home screen, I have that widget right there. So you can see that I can place the widget over here and those four apps will move. I could place it lower. You can see how reactive all the apps are. So you can see I can place this widget anywhere pretty much. And it's just really convenient to finally have those widgets on the home screen. So now what we can do is just tap and hold on the widget or the icons just for about 10 seconds. And now you can see all your apps and widgets will be in wiggle mode. So now you're going to see that there's going to be a plus sign in the top left. So you can just simply tap on it. Now you're going to see that you have some new widgets. So you have the Smart Stack widget right here. So that's a widget that will change depending on the time of day. So when you're up early in the day, you'll see your news. And then towards the later part of the day, you'll see your to-do list. And then it'll just alternate for the evening to show you your notes, for example. So it's a really interactive widget. And then you also do have your Maps widget. So you can have your maps right here. You also do have your Notes widget and your stocks. And then you do have some other widgets that you can search. So this is just a list view of your widgets. So you have the Smart Stack, you have the Batteries widget, you have the Calendars widget, Maps, Music, News, Notes, Podcast Reminders, Screen Time, Siri Suggestions, Stocks, Tips, and Weather. So if we choose the Smart Stack one, for example, you have the ability to choose the size of the particular widget. So you can see you can have it in the small size. Then you can see it's a slideshow of different parts of the widget. So you can see that there's about 6 options. So you can have it all these different sizes. So let's say, for example, this size. So all you have to do is just simply press Add Widget. And now you can add it at the top. So you can just hit Done. So we have the Weather widget right here. We have the Calendar right here. And we have the News as well. And now we can take a look at our music and you can see that you have your Notes widget right here as well. So you can see they have a bunch of information. Now, Apple finally gives us picture in picture. So what we can do is go into the Apple TV app. And now I can find some content to watch. So let's say, for example, this. So let's say, for example, we're watching a video in the Apple TV app. So from here, it looks pretty normal. You have all these different controls. But now what we can do is just take a look at the top. And then we can just press on this button right here. And now you're going to see that we have some picture in picture. So you can see that the video that we're watching will follow us around the home screen and we can just basically go into any app and it will still be there. So let's say, for example, we go into the calculator app. You'll see that we still have the video here and then we can keep playing it and we have the options to go back 15 seconds and then go forward 15 seconds. Now what we can do is just swipe it off to the left and you're going to see that we have that tab view for the video. Then you can just tap on it right now. and then just swipe over it and it'll be back there, and we can just put it anywhere on the home screen. So it's really convenient that we can just have this picture in picture and just be in any app. So I really like what it has to offer with the picture in picture, and this is long awaited. So you can even be in a FaceTime call and still have a picture in picture right here. So it's very convenient that we finally have that, and we can just launch any app and just have that picture in picture. Now, to X out of the picture in picture, we just tap on this button, and to enlarge the picture in picture, we just tap on this button to make it full screen. Now, the new feature that Apple implemented in iOS 14 is the app library. So if we go to the very last page, you're going to see you have the app library. So with the app library, you can see that you have all these different folders, and these folders are just automatically made based on the app. So the suggestions is just the apps that you open up the most, and just based on your app usage, this is what it will suggest. Then you have the entertainment, productivity, creativity, social, utilities, and much more. So it will automatically organize your apps. But not only that, you can just tap on app library where the spotlight is. Then you have the list view and you can scroll through it. So it's kind of like the Apple Watch where we have that list view and then just a regular home screen view. So this is all in alphabetical order. Now, what we can actually do is just tap and hold on an app for about 10 seconds, and then it'll put all the apps in jiggle mode. And now we can just tap on these dots for the pages. And now we can choose whether to actually hide certain pages. So if you wanted to hide a page, you can hide this page, and we just have to uncheck it and then hit done. And then that page will no longer be there, and then you can just go straight on into the app library. So it's really easy with the app library to implement these new features. Now, a new change in iOS 14 would be Siri. So you can see we have it at the bottom right there. So this is a new redesigned Siri. It's inobtrusive. It's not getting in the way of anything. You still have all your apps. You can still look around, but just your apps freeze at the time because Siri is virtually there. So we can't just tap on it. So you can see that Siri just looks a lot better. We can just say, "Hey Siri," and will pop up right at the bottom there. So it's really nice to see that it's finally revamped after years and years of being very obtrusive. So we could even compare both of the series. So you can see one just took up the whole screen and the other one doesn't anymore. So you can see that's the main difference between the two series. So Siri did get a lot better. Open Safari. And now you can see it'll just go ahead and open up Safari that quick. And now what we can also say is, what is the weather in San Francisco? And now you can see we have that right there. So we can also turn on the audio. Now we can ask another question. What time is it in Paris?
It's 11:45 p.m. in Paris, France.
So you can see it's at the top and it just looks like a notification, and it's just really clean the way Apple redesigned it in iOS 14. Now, Siri can also send an audio message, and Siri will start recording the minute you start talking. So you could just say, "Siri, send an audio message."
Who do you want to send it to?
Myself. And then we'll just say, "OK, recording." So you can see that audio message is being recorded. And now you can see the audio message would be finished recording, and you can automatically send it. Now, along with Siri, the keyboard dictation also did get a lot more accurate. So if we go into the notes and we have that dictation, this is a test on iOS 14 to see how good the dictation is with Siri and how clear it can hear my voice and how it can convert the voice to text without any mistakes. So you can see it's just that good, and it is working really well. Now there is a new control center, so you can just swipe from the right, and you can see that control center is a little bit different. So it did say dictation recently, and you can see that we still have the same features, just the HomePod square is a little bit bigger, and we have the Home Kit features as well as a little bit bigger. So it's relatively the same, but just slightly different. Now Apple did introduce another new app. So if we go into the Translate app right here, you can see that we have Welcome to Translate. So it says we have a conversation mode, so you could have a conversation easily with live translation. There's also on-device mode, so you can download languages to translate entirely on your device. So there's an offline mode, and you can save phrases for quick access with View Recent Translation History. So you can go ahead and continue. And you have a chance to share the audio recording, so Apple can improve on it, so not now. But here we have the Translate app. So what we can do is just say, That is a yellow car.
Eso es un coche amarillo.
So you can see it was just that quick. And you can also enter the text and change it, but it's just a really quick live translation. So I really like this app overall. We have the favorites as well. So you can just keep going into it and we can say, what time is your store open till?
¿Hasta qué hora abre tu tienda?
So we have that, and we can have the favorite right here, and we can just play it again.
¿Hasta qué hora abre tu tienda?
So we have that. So that's really good. So if you thought that was all the Translate app can do, there's much more. So you can just turn it into landscape mode and you can get some more features. So you can just change it. I want to buy a brand new car. And I can see how quick it was able to translate that. So you can see how efficient this new Translate app is. And it's essentially Apple taking on Google with Google Translate. Now, Apple did make some improvements to the Messages app. So Apple says that there's billions of conversations with Messages now. When it comes to Memojis, there's 1 trillion different customizations you can have, 20 new hair and headwear styles, and they also brought the face mask in for the Memojis. Now, in terms of the mentions in Messages, you can just mention someone just by typing their name, then it'll directly reply to them, and then you'll get a notification. So only the people that are mentioned will be notified, and the group chats are a lot better now, and the recent icon in the group chat will be the largest. So there is no ability to retract messages sent like it was rumored. So you can't unsend messages in iMessage like we thought we would be able to. Now, Maps also has a lot of new features. So now that we're in the Maps app, there is some great additions to the map. So you can see everything about a particular city. So you have the directions, you have the flyover, you have the look around feature. So we can just look around and see what it has to offer. So Apple is just really trying to implement the Apple Maps to the best of their ability. So you can see that it's slowly getting better. So we hit done. Now we do have some more information about a particular city. We have the flyover feature. So this is what Apple was debuting. So this is a flyover. It uses the gyroscope and everything like that to give you augmented reality. And you can see it is pretty unique. So you can just use my iPhone and just turn it around and see this is the new flyover features. So we can even start the city tour just by pressing on this. So you can see that this is the flyover feature that is brand new in iOS 14 in the map. So it's just really unique. You get a lot of 3D buildings. You can look around. You can find some places you love. So here we have the Golden Gate Bridge, and you can see that they're just giving a tour of a city. So this is actually unique. I don't see it in Google Maps, so Apple has a one up there. So you can see that Apple is trying to find a way to separate themselves from their rival of Google Maps. Now, Apple also did mention in the WWDC keynote that they will have guides for eating, shopping, and exploring, and the maps will also show new ways to navigate to reduce your carbon footprint. Now, Apple also did say that they're going to add some new maps that will include cycling, so it'll give you all the cycling directions. It'll tell you the elevation on the route, whether there will be stairs required, and the cycling will come to New York, LA, San Francisco, Shanghai, and Beijing. So there also will be EV routing, so if you have an electric vehicle, it will give you the electric vehicle routing so that it will be the most efficient. You can save the amount of battery in your cars. So it will eliminate the range anxiety when you have an electric vehicle and you're far away from a charger. So it'll track your current charge, the elevation, and it'll give you the most efficient route for finding a charging station. And Apple is collaborating with BMW and Ford to bring this feature to those particular car companies, and many more are also on the way. And there also will be congestion and green zones on the maps as well. What Apple is bringing to the Apple Maps. So that is the Apple Maps feature. Last but not least, in iOS 14, there's the app clips where you get a bite size of the app. It's just a small web view that's very interactive, and you can just use NFC to access it. So it'll just be something, let's say at Starbucks, and you can just use your NFC or just take a picture. And then you have this app clips feature. So it's a really unique feature, and it's a lot like what we expected with AirTags. So it's essentially that. So it's unique in that way. And then Apple also did debut the BMW 2021 540i that actually allows you to use your phone as a key. So you could just unlock your BMW with your phone, and then you can start your BMW by putting your iPhone on the charging pad and then hitting that push to start, which is a really unique feature. And then you can also send a text message to give access to using your phone as a key. So basically give someone else your key to your car virtually. You can give them restricted access to only allow them to open up the car or drive a certain speed or everything like that. So this is really unique and really showing that Apple is at the pinnacle of technology. So I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed that video on iOS 14. I definitely did. There's a lot of great features. I will be digging deeper, so be sure to stay tuned because this will be the channel and place to be. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and leave a comment down below of what you think of iOS 14, if you like it, if you think it's disappointing, or if you think it's a lot like Android now. Just be sure to leave your comment down below. Also be sure to follow me on all the social media platforms that include Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and be sure to subscribe for more great content once again, and thanks for watching.